Got it. I'll write you the full story in English, based on the title. She replaced her cousin at the wedding photography booth, unaware the single dad CEO falls for her. Length: approximately 3,000 words, no headings. The wedding hall shimmered with golden light, laughter, and the scent of roses. Guests floated from table to table, glasses clinking, saris and gowns swirling like a colorful sea. In one corner of the sprawling venue stood a wedding photography booth, decorated with fairy lights, floral garlands, and playful props. Guests flocked there to capture their joy, holding silly hats and oversized sunglasses, giggling as cameras clicked. But the girl managing the booth that night wasn't the one who was supposed to be there. Yusra had no experience with photography. In fact, she barely knew how to operate the camera sitting on its tripod. The real photographer, her cousin Miriam, was supposed to manage everything. But earlier that afternoon Miriam had fallen ill, pale and feverish. Desperate not to let down her client, she begged Yusra to fill in just for the evening. At first, Yusra resisted. "I don't even know how to click a decent photo," she had protested. Miriam had grasped her hand, whispering, "Please, Yusra. The setup is automatic. Just press the button. It's easy, I promise." So Yusra found herself at the booth, wearing her simple lilac dress, hair pinned back loosely, silently praying the night would pass without disaster. She had no idea that destiny had something entirely different planned. The crowd parted when a tall, striking man entered the hall. His presence seemed to shift the air itself. Guests turned to glance at him. Ayan Zahid, the powerful CEO whose business empire stretched across industries. He was the kind of man newspapers wrote about, whose photographs graced the covers of glossy magazines. His reputation was a blend of brilliance and intimidation. But tonight he wasn't alone. Beside him skipped a little girl in a pink dress, clutching a small teddy bear. Her hair bounced in soft curls, and her voice rang with excitement. "Papa, photo, please, photo," she squealed, tugging at his hand. Ayan's expression softened immediately, his rigid composure melting as he bent down to her. "All right, princess, a photo it is." Yusra's heart stumbled in her chest as she realized they were heading toward the booth, toward her. Her palms grew clammy, and she forced herself to straighten. "Excuse me," Ayan's deep voice reached her as he stopped in front of the booth. "Can we take a picture here?" Yes, of course," Yusra stammered, her voice betraying her nerves. The little girl ran ahead, positioning herself in front of the camera with a practiced smile, tugging her father's hand to join her. When Ayan crouched slightly to match his daughter's height, the tenderness in his eyes startled Yusra. She had expected a man of his stature to radiate arrogance. Instead, there was warmth, patience, love. She pressed the button, the camera clicked, and the screen displayed their captured image, father and daughter glowing with joy.